What's up? It's Carcino in your house. What's good? Hope everybody's having a very blessed day. Um, Man, since the beginning of all of this whole hip hop thing, man, people didn't understand that it was the passion for the game that kept people in it more than the money. The money came, and then you start seeing the character of people that was like what you would call stuck in the way. Now, putting everything right where it needs to be in perspective, you got to start looking at how things are set up, how they're drawn up, like somebody drawing up a playbook or something. DJ Khaled is like one of the biggest finesses in the game. Now, if you want to talk about somebody that finessed the game, he was somebody who basically, played a position, DJ at a radio station, had good relationships with people. And when he was in New York, he had We the Best and all this stuff with Wayne, and was doing those songs with Ross and Wayne, and man, you would think like this was it. And then, Khaled was all messed up with his business and everything. Then he kind of brought himself back. And the reason why Khaled was able to bring himself back is because he's genuinely a nice dude. He really is. You would have to go really far for somebody to say something crazy about Khaled. Like, if they don't like Khaled, it's because Khaled did something or co-signed something with somebody else. But Khaled is not the disrespectful type of human being like that. He's really not. He did some nice things for some people I know. I ain't gonna say what he did for him because I didn't get permission from them. But they speak very highly of Khaled. You know what I'm saying? When he could have been a prick, he wasn't. And it carried a long way. It's just like it looked out for him. Like, it's like putting positive energy into the world. It came back around and did wonders for him. Because this man he was so hot at the time. Like, he couldn't do anything wrong. And at that point, he was at probably the hottest he had ever been when he put out that Major Key album, which is probably his best compilation album he's put together yet. But it's like when you have your moment and you get there, it's like if you don't know how to maintain it or, keep it, you'll fold over and they step to the new guy. Khaled was able to keep himself relevant because of his relationships and his positive energy. People don't mind being around Khaled because he's a positive spirited human being, grounded and rooted in the family. Now, he was so over, as far as a DJ and everything, and being successful and being with all these pop artists and doing things. They made him a spokesman for Weight Watchers. I mean, a spokesman, not just somebody who's finna try to go there. They made him a spokesman. And he's the only guy I know who seemed like he gained weight since he was with them. I'm like, how he on Weight Watchers and he's a spokesman, but he ain't losing no weight. Everybody else that went through like full transformations, like lost 120 pounds, 130 pounds. Weight Watchers wasn't never into I lost 10 pounds. I mean, he went from he's so fat to he not as fat as he was last week. It's like, huh? It was just like, man, he finessed the bag out of them. And then Then it was like after this, he still couldn't do no wrong. You know, Khaled was always in, and he gonna stay glued and get these projects where he's got Beyonce on there and Jay and Nas. They all on a track together again, and you know he's putting it out. But now I think he's a little bit more structured around the business element of it. When before he probably would have just blew everything off. So that's the difference I believe in now and then. So you get these entertainers or athletes and they get stuck in a mode and they can't get out their own way. But Khaled was such a nice dude and put so much positive energy out. People almost felt like they owed him something even if they didn't. So sometimes it don't pay to be the prick. You just gotta know what works and what don't. All depends on the person. Not everybody's the same. So I mean, people troll Khaled because he wasn't a tough guy, but he wasn't a herb god. He went out there trying to prove he was the toughest guy in the world ever. And Cuban Links is chasing him around the car like Richie from Doggone Soprano. And he dissed him at the radio station. You know, Khaled was never about any physical confrontations or like another guy threatening him. He was never the one to stick his chest out. So to me, it's kind of baffling that other people have these type of feelings towards other entertainers that kind of almost look like jealousy. But it was like Weight Watchers had to drop him because he wasn't losing the targeted weight that he should have been at that they had set for him. So they ended up basically dropping all of that. So they probably still got footage. Put it in a vault. But now everybody's going into acting to showcase their pipes. So that's what everybody's like. I don't know why everybody's dream is to go be a star individually without a group. And then, you go off and get stuck in a time warp, and I don't know. It's just crazy. So, mm. Well, I got a lot to prepare for. So hopefully you guys are caught up to speed with everything, and that'll be that. Mm. Yep. See what's going on. Your daughter would have to stop the all white dragon. Mm. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm gonna lay it down and go and finish reading too, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to touch on. Like, we're gonna talk about the Snoop Dogg incident, and we definitely gonna talk about this policy here that basically put rappers at a target risk. So, Mm, okay.